In the top stories, Louis brothers selected by St. Kitts Nevis Patriots. Bahamas secures US $1.07 billion bond to cut debt and boost economy. And Air India says one engine on crashed plane was new. Welcome to the ZIZ News Midday Newscast. Today is Tuesday, the 19th of June, 2025, and I am Jasmine Thomas. The biggest party in sports, the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier, returns to Warner Park on August 14 when the St. Kitts Nevis Patriots take on Antigua and Barbuda Falcons in the home team's lineup. In the home team's lineup will be familiar faces in local cricket stars Mikhail and Jeremiah Louis, who were both retained by the local franchise in the recent CPL draft. The Patriots will see a few new faces added to the team from the Caribbean, with former Barbados Royals duo Jason Holder and Alec Athanaze transferring to the team, while Trinidad and Tobago nationals Jid Gooley and Navin Bidezi, along with Barbadian Lenico Butcher, have been drafted for this year's tournament. The Violent Crime Unit of the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force is investigating an attempted murder following a shooting incident that occurred in Halfway Tree at approximately 9:15 in the evening on the 18th of June. The victim, identified as 23-year-old Jelani Ford of Harry Phipps Housing Project, was transported to Pogson Hospital by private transport and later transferred to the Joseph and France Hospital by ambulance, where he is currently warded in stable condition. Preliminary investigations indicate that at about 9:10 in the evening, Mr. Ford was sitting in a friend's yard when he was approached by a lone masked gunman who opened fire. He attempted to flee and sustained multiple gunshot wounds to both feet and his left hand. Officers of the crime scene unit processed the scene and collected items of evidential value. The National Cost of Living Task Force announces the launch of its Smart Spend SKN public awareness campaign, a strategic initiative to help citizens and residents combat rising expenses through informed purchasing decisions. The campaign debuted on Wednesday, 18th June, with the release of its first comparative infographic revealing that families can save EC $525 annually simply by choosing an alternative cornflakes brand cereal. The inaugural infographic demonstrates how switching to alternative brands delivers tangible benefits. Consumers immediately save an average of EC $10.35 per cereal box purchase. For weekly buyers, this accumulates to EC $525 in annual savings, equivalent to essential expenses like 1.5 months of household electricity, school uniforms for children, or 3 months of fresh local produce. The campaign empowers consumers in St. Christopher and Nevis through evidence-based insights, validating that alternatives can match leading brands in quality while costing significantly less. Additionally, the campaign directly advances the task force's mandate by delivering measurable cost reduction strategies and collaborating with stakeholders to address market inefficiencies. In regional news, the Bahamas has successfully returned to international capital markets, raising $1.67 billion through a 11-year US dollar denominated bond issuance aimed at purchasing $767 million in outstanding Eurobonds and supporting national development priorities. The new bond, which carries a coupon and re-offer yield of 8.25%, was met with strong investor demand during a 3-day global roadshow that included more than 60 institutional accounts across North America, Europe, and the Middle East. The transaction closed with the order book 3.9 times oversubscribed, reflecting renewed investor confidence in the Bahamas' economic trajectory, fiscal reforms, and credit fundamentals. The majority of proceeds will be used to execute the associated liability management operation, while a portion will go toward infrastructure and national development projects. This is the Bahamas' first international bond issuance since 2022 and follows favorable credit outlook upgrades from Moody's and Fitch in April 2025. Internationally, one of the engines of the Air India plane that crashed last week was new, while the other was not due for servicing until December, the airline's chairman has said. In an interview with an Indian news channel, the chairman said that both engines of the aircraft had clean histories. The right engine was a new engine put in March 2025. The left engine was last serviced in 2023 and due for its next maintenance check in December 2025, he told Times Now channel. At least 270 people, most of them passengers, were killed last Thursday when an A1171, a London-bound Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, crashed less than a minute after taking off from Ahmedabad Airport in western India. Investigators are now sifting through debris and decoding recorded flight data and cockpit audio from the aircraft's black boxes, which have been found to deconstruct the flight's final moments and determine the cause of the incident. And now for the weather. Present weather is cloudy with slight dust haze. Winds are fresh from the east-northeast at 18 miles per hour. Seas are 1 to 1.8 meters or 4 to 6 feet. The weather forecast for today predicts partly sunny and hazy conditions initially, with brief cloudy spells and a 40% or moderate chance of a brief passing shower. Tonight is expected to be partly cloudy and hazy, with periods of increased cloudiness and a 60% or moderate chance of brief passing overnight showers. Sunset today will be at around 6:47. Sunrise tomorrow at about 20 minutes before 6. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. God bless you.